I thought I was recording. Apparently I wasn't. I just went through this really long rant and it wasn't even recording. Okay, so I just got off my phone with my landlord and my suspicions were confirmed. My roommate did not pay the rent at all. And so I don't know, like, was he just going to not pay it and get both of us evicted and somehow he wins in that way? I'm not really sure how that works for him. But now I have to pay a full month of rent. I have to go after the gym today and write a check for $1,000. That is 2 weeks of pay for me. That's a lot of money. And I talked to my landlord to see if there's anything I can do if he refuses to pay rent. And he basically said that there really isn't anything I can do, because if I stop paying rent to myself, or if I only pay my half, then, we'll get evicted. And that means both of us. Like, I would be evicted too. And that means my babies would be evicted and we would both be screwed. So I can't do that, but I have a feeling that my roommate's not going to pay me back for his half of the rent, or his 2/3, really, it should be. I have a feeling he's not going to pay me back, so he's just going to enjoy living there for free when I paid all the utilities and I paid all of the rent. And so he's going to live there for free. And the longer he lives there, the longer until I can find a roommate who's paying. And the more I'm just going to be depleting my savings. I've been saving for the last year or so that I could anticipate, like in anticipation that someday I might be living by myself, so that I could survive this sort of situation. But I don't have enough savings to get by myself for very long, especially if he's going to be living there and like using up the electricity and stuff, like really jacking up the prices of the electricity and things like that. I can't really afford that. And the longer he's there, the longer until I can find a roommate who's paying. And I just say, I have learned from this, you need to be really careful about who you live with. And I want to think very carefully about it before I do it again. I mean, I do need a roommate. I need a roommate so badly. But I am going to need a roommate who will pay rent and who will be a decent roommate, who will clean up after themselves and not just do passive aggressive crap just to try to get to me. And maybe when you live with a roommate, there needs to be some sort of clause in the lease that says something about like what happens if one of them refuses to pay their half of rent or something. I don't know how to protect myself from this type of situation happening. Unfortunately, I can't just like get like a studio apartment and just live there by myself. I mean, like if I didn't have my babies, I could do that. But I do have them, and getting rid of them isn't really a healthy option for me. And it's not a healthy option for them either. So I need a place where we can all live, where they can be safe and healthy, and where I can be safe and healthy, and where they have enough space. They do need their own space. So if I got a 1-bedroom apartment, most likely I would give them the bedroom, and then I would live in the living room. And 1-bedroom apartments are, well, actually I can't even really do an apartment because they tend not to be very lenient on animals. So 1-bedroom duplex or something, but they tend to cost almost the same as a 2-bedroom. And if I get a 2-bedroom, then I can rent to a roommate. I mean, I guess I would be willing to take the living room and like where my roommate's currently living and live there if I can't find a roommate who wants to rent my living room. Like if they insist on having a bedroom, I can move to the living room. I am willing to do that. that I could do that. I'm stressed out. I'm really stressed out. Anyway, so my landlord said that I don't remember if I said this in this video already. I know I said it in the one where I wasn't even recording. But when I asked if there was anything I could do to, like, in the case of like a roommate who's refusing to pay rent, he said, we are actually not on a lease right now, which I suspected because it was supposed to be re-signed in March. And so he could just text both of us and say, hey, we need to renew the lease. And maybe that might encourage my roommate to sort of skedaddle. And then he said that whenever we redo the lease, we can change some terms in it to make it more fair. Like if you move someone else in, they have to pay rent. I'm gonna go to the gym, do some biceps and triceps, do whatever my gym challenge is today, and maybe I'll record that. And whatever my October challenge is. And then I'm gonna go write a check for $1,000 and transfer money from my savings account and make sure that I've got a place to live for the next month and seriously cut down on my spending now. Maybe it might even be worth it to like discontinue things like internet. I have unlimited data on my phone. I mean, it really sucks, but I can use it as a hotspot for my computer. So maybe during times when I absolutely need my computer, that's an option. Although there are some features on my phone that only work whenever I have Wi-Fi. Like I found whenever I was doing backups. That I could save $100 a month doing that. I might have to skip my personal training sessions. I really don't want to cut out the gym because it's really important for my health because of my autoimmune disease. I really have to be on top of it. And especially with it being winter soon, I can't really just like work out outside. And I know myself, whenever I have some exercise equipment at home and I don't use it, like I have to go to the gym to do it. I'm just not I guess what's the word for it, determined enough or something. I don't know, like I have to have a routine and it has to include actually going to the gym for me to do it. I'm just trying to think of ways to cut money. I could make homemade lunches. I have been like taking frozen lunches for a while, but those tend to be about $5 a day, so that's pretty expensive. I could save probably $80 a month on that and then maybe spend $20 or $30 instead on beans, rice, and vegetables and have that. I mean, I guess there are places where I can cut my spending and not go out and do things that cost money during weekends. But, man, it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight and not very much fun. Anyway, this is my rant, and I don't really have anything more to say. I'm just concerned. Hopefully all of this discomfort means that this roommate situation is coming to a head and eventually it's going to erupt with him leaving. I mean, he's having a baby with his new girlfriend. Hopefully he doesn't want to do that in my living room. He keeps saying he doesn't want to do that, but hopefully that's enough to inspire him to want to get his new place. I mean, I did mention that like, you guys are having a baby or getting married. Why don't you go get a place of your own where you can raise your family? And that didn't really seem to register with him. I really think that a lot of what he does is simply because he likes to make my life hard. I really do. I really think that's what it is. Because he doesn't really have any other reason for most of this. Oh, that poor dog. There's a dog walking, and I guess his foot is hurt, and his dad must not realize it because his dad is just walking like normal, but he's hopping with his back foot up. Anyway, this is a long rant already. My first rant was only like 5 minutes, and now I've already gone on longer. I will probably see you guys in a little bit whenever I probably do a gym challenge. Bye.